Hey there, this is the Movavi vlog, your go-to channel for creating cool videos. I'm Connor, and today we're going to be talking about the so-called bokeh effect. Before we get started, check out this gorgeous festive footage that we took to illustrate this effect. Just look at how beautiful the blurred lights in the background sparkle. Did you notice that they're not just circles? The lights are taking on a very unusual form. How did we create a blurred background like that? What is the bokeh effect? And how is this connected to Christmas? We're going to be answering all three of those questions for you today, so let's get to it. Let's start with the word itself. Many people believe that bokeh is Japanese, but apparently the Japanese believe that it's English. We're going to need a few sources on that, but if you have any information, leave your thoughts in the comment section, because we'd love to hear what's actually right. Many photographers argue on what the proper pronunciation of bokeh is, or bokeh, or baka, or any other different ways. But today, for sake of simplicity, we're just going to pronounce it bokeh. Have you seen this effect in photos or videos? The odds are you've most likely already seen this in photos at least. In order to create this effect, you're going to need a lens with a smaller minimum f-stop number. This is going to be very important for getting the effect that you're looking for. By the way, hit this link if you want to learn a little bit more about what aperture is and other very important terms that you need to know as a photographer, because we just uploaded a very detailed episode on manual camera settings. To recreate this stunning bokeh effect, you're going to need a camera lens that allows you to set the f-stop lower than 2.8. Otherwise, you're not really going to get the effect that you're looking for. The coolest bokeh, in my opinion, is one with lights in the background. Whether it be Christmas lighting, street lights, neon signs, car headlights, they're all perfect for capturing an urban landscape. If you're going to be shooting inside, candles and Christmas lights are going to be your best friend. And we've chosen the second option so we can begin to answer the question, what's the connection to Christmas? In general, bokeh is any background blurring. It's not specifically about turning lights into little blurry circles. But today we're going to be focusing on that part of the effect because that's what we love about it so much. Once you find that perfect background, don't forget to create distance between that background and what you'd like to keep in focus. Yeah, I know we've explained this many times before, but this time it's a little bit different. Not only does the focused object or model need to be separate from the background, but it also needs to be as close to the camera as possible in order to create a beautiful bokeh effect. Do you remember a little bit ago when we explained that a lens with a smaller minimum f-stop number is essential for creating the bokeh effect? Well, don't just take my word for it, let's test it out. This is what the bokeh effect looks like with the aperture value of 1.4. Here it is with 1.8, and here it is with 2.8. Can you see the difference? Normally, lenses with a smaller minimum f-stop number are going to be costing you an arm and a leg. But if you don't want to spend $300 or more on a lens just to mess around with the bokeh effect, then you should look into some vintage gear from your country or from other countries, such as the Helios 44-2, which was created in the USSR. Keep in mind, you might need a specific adapter in order to connect lenses like these to your digital camera. Let's continue. Figure bokeh. You might have seen images like this on the web. We can choose hearts, or stars, or evergreens, triangles, whatever you want, instead of simple round spots. Let me explain that. So the shape of the bokeh depends on the shape of the aperture, and the aperture is the hole that allows light to enter the camera. You don't have to modify your lens in order to give the aperture a specific shape. Making a stencil is more than enough. Here we have a sparkle. We were gonna make a snowflake, but it turns out the snowflakes are really hard to make a stencil of, so we're gonna stick with the sparkle. If you don't want to create your own stencil, there are plenty of other options for you.
We don't really want to wait for the order, so we'll make stencils ourselves. It's DIY time! Be ready to fail at it at the first time, and the second one as well. Probably the third one, but you're gonna get luck someday. Now, all you need is a little patience, a sheet of stiff black cardstock, some scissors, a pencil, and the lens you're gonna shoot with. Outline the lens in this way. It's critically important that the circle must cover the lens perfectly. Then you draw the figure you want to have in the bokeh right in the middle of the circle. I want this sparkle thing. Carve out the shape using scissors or a box cutter as accurately as possible, because all the errors will be really hard to hide. Take a number of test shots with a widely opened aperture and the stencil pressed tightly against the lens. If it doesn't look good yet, you may also need to use a piece of tape that will help to fasten your stencil. Just like that. Looks pretty good already. Here is what we've got, with no editing so far.
If you're willing to wait for delivery, there are entire sets of ready-made stencils for apertures that you can find in online stores like AliExpress or eBay. And seriously, there are way too many options. If you don't have a lens that's appropriate for getting the bokeh effect, you can always use the bokeh filters inside Movavi video editor to get that blur that you're looking for. Just look at how many we got here. There are bokeh filters for any situation. But remember, it's only going to work if you don't need the object in the foreground to be precise. Or you can create the effect of turning the lens focus ring by adding this transition. Here's what you're going to get. Looks pretty awesome, right? Just feel free to experiment because the holidays are here and the Christmas lights are just waiting for your creativity. If we've inspired you, leave your bokeh photo and video experiments in the comment section below. How do you feel about the upcoming holidays? Are you looking forward to them, or are you kind of getting stressed out at the thought of spending all your money on Christmas gifts? Tell us how you're preparing for Christmas in the comments. Hit the like button if you like this video. And also subscribe to the Movavi vlog if it's your first time, because we have some amazing videos to prepare you for the holidays. Have a good one.